I'm Camilla.
Hey, I'm Katie.
And welcome to You're Gonna Be Fine, the self-development podcast with a chatty twist.
Please know we are not professionals, just regular girls sharing from our own journeys to hopefully educate, motivate and inspire you on yours.
So if you are dealing with something serious, please speak to a professional because they are the experts, not us.
If you are enjoying the podcast, please rate, review, subscribe and share with someone who you think would enjoy it.
It helps us more than you know to reach more gorgeous people just like you.
With that being said, enjoy the episode and remember, whatever it is,
you're going to be fine. Quick shout out to our very first podcast sponsor, Click Telecom. Woo! They're basically the fairy godmothers of Wi-Fi. Festivals, events, emergencies, you name it, they'll connect you anytime and anywhere in the UK. They've worked with Sheen Pop-Ups, Kendal Mountain Festival, the BBC, literally everyone.
We're putting our money where our mouth is because in January, we've got our very own event coming up and guess who's swooping in to save us? Click Telecom. They're setting us up with pop-up Wi-Fi so that everything runs smoothly. No stress, no panic, no running around with our phones in the air looking for signal. So if you're planning an event, a festival, a pop-up, big, small, bougie or backyard, and you want to actually stay connected, just speak to a geek for a quote at www.click-telecom.co.uk.
Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of your favourite podcast, You're Gonna Be Fine. Today we are doing listeners' dilemmas. Woohoo! First and foremost though, I just need to address, if you are watching on YouTube, you may see that Norris has joined us in the studio today and he is dressed as a pumpkin. So
for any new listeners, Norris is Camilla's dog.
Good context, yeah. I'm just being main character energy and assuming everyone knows who Norris is.
In case you think there's a man called Norris here dressed as a pumpkin.
Just a quick one, I would never ever date a man called Norris.
I'm or like someone who dresses as a pumpkin.
Yeah, literally, there are many sins going on right now. But yeah, just take a little look at Norris's outfit because like everyone's like, oh, you know, like dogs, like they're not built to be dressed up. Like that is the sole purpose of this dog.
It's the only reason you got a dog.
Exactly, for the wardrobe. So yeah, he looks very cute. He's
very
my little
seasonal.
Yeah, my little shadow at the moment. So yeah, we're doing listeners' dilemmas. And honestly, guys, the amount of joy that these like dilemmas have brought to us, not in the fact that you guys are having dilemmas, but the fact that you are engaging with the pod and just giving some really honest insights into your life. And obviously we've got this anonymous link now, which means that you can literally pour your heart out and get free therapy basically. So yeah, the first one is, so we don't know who it's from because obviously anonymous, but this is what she said. I'm assuming it's a girl. Okay. First of all, love you both. And this podcast is honestly incredible. My dilemma. I recently had dinner with a best friend and there were a few comments that I would describe as jellyfish stings. You know those comments that put you down. I left the dinner feeling really deflated and not good, which is the opposite of what you should feel after seeing a best friend. Here's the dilemma. Do I talk to her about it? If so, do I do it on the phone or wait until next time I see her or say nothing and leave it? Also, plot twist, brackets, Camilla's fave. Also now my fave. She messaged after saying how much she had the best time ever and how much she loved me / my company. Whereas I left the dinner feeling the complete opposite. It got me wondering too, is this normal for friendships after so long? Should I just accept that maybe we are both changing or try and salvage it?
Oh, by the way, I love the reference to the plot twist.
So do I. And I love the compliments about the pod. Thank you.
A few things are coming to my mind there. I've been in that situation before. And I think that, well, it's common anyway, isn't it? That when things like that happen, things come out as like, I love that phrase actually, like jellyfish stings.
I love that
that's
as well.
A really good analogy. I'd never thought about it like that before. But yeah, that is exactly how it feels, like a sharp sort of sting. Normally comes from unspoken, like lack of communication. So I would imagine that for whatever reason, this person either has resentments or uncommunicated things that they've repressed, and now because they've not had that open communication, now they're saying little digs and sly comments and stuff like that. Because what do we say? If things aren't addressed and they're repressed, they seep out at other times in like narkiness, negativity, snipey comments. So I would imagine that there is some sort of resentment, or maybe that's a bit of a strong word, repressed emotion around something that person maybe wants to address with you, either doesn't want to or doesn't know how.
Yeah.
That's the first sort of thing that I would say.
That's really interesting, because I feel like in this situation as well, I think it depends. Like, she's obviously the friend, if that is the case, isn't willing to bring it up.
No.
So it's
Which
almost
is not fair.
No, it's not. But equally, she might be going through a bit of a shit time and projecting it onto
that's a good point.
onto the girl. But the thing that kind of came to my mind, first and foremost, I want to address you should definitely do it in person, not on the phone. Because you can read the body language, it's just a little bit more personal, isn't it? And if it's your best friend, and she's alluded to the fact that they've been friends for ages, then it needs to be an in-person conversation. So that's the first thing. And then the second thing is, I would ask yourself, if you've been friends a long time, have you had discussions in the past, and how have they gone? So, like, is this person receptive to feedback? Have they done the work on themselves? Is it going to be you and your friend versus the problem, or is it going to be you versus your friend? She's going to get defensive and like, no, I didn't do that. I didn't say it like that, you know? So it's all about, because I am quite a confrontational person, not as in like confrontation for
starting a fight
for the sake of it in bars, etc. But like, if something's bothering me, I think I'm in this situation on like quite a, you know, like an extreme level of the scale.
Yeah.
I do think that when someone's your best friend, and if something's bothering you, you have to say it, because if you care about the friendship, then you've got to. I feel compelled. It's like something comes over my body. Like, I need to just, because also, like, that friend might not have a clue how she doesn't have a clue because she had the best time. So it's you almost owe it to her to put her in the picture.
Yeah.
Because I also think that subconsciously, if the girl who's writing the dilemma has not had a good time on that meal, I think she will subconsciously distance herself from that friend. And when the friend is like, are you free for dinner like next week? And then she's like, oh no. And then it creates even more of a wedge.
And you might actually end up making a mountain out of a molehill.
Yeah.
It might not be as big a deal as you think it is. You might have just caught her on a bad day.
Yeah.
But you've internalized it, and then you've avoided her in future situations. And then it's a shame, because you've either lost the friendship, as an extreme case, or made the friendship more surface level, which is obviously not what we want. We want deep connections with people that we love in our lives. But just as a Uno flip reverse, it could be as well a situation where everything in life is perception, isn't it? And everything is a projection. So similarly as what you just said there, it could be a projection from the other friend, the one that's making the jellyfish stings. It actually could be that they were not digs at all, but you're feeling self-conscious about a certain topic or situation. And so you think, oh my God, you digged me out there. But actually you're digging yourself out. It wasn't meant in that way, but you're perceiving it in a negative way because you feel negative about that thing, perhaps.
Yeah, that's true. So there's a few different angles to go at this, but I think it's a real valid dilemma, and I would feel the exact same, because there's nothing more flabbergasting than when, like, you've had a certain experience and someone else has had the opposite. But she's loving your company, so that's the win,
You're
I guess.
a 10 out of 10 gal.
Yeah.
So.
But I think fight for it, because if you've dropped the B bomb, which is the best friend, so like, she's not just a friend, she's a best friend.
Yeah.
So I think you owe it to the friendship to communicate and just say, you know, like, I think that there were a few little comments like, is everything okay with you? Like, or am I don't know, I might be being sensitive.
Well, do you know what, actually, even with me and you, like, it happened last week. Like, I called you back and I was like, hey, is everything okay?
Yeah.
Because I just got a vibe that something wasn't okay. And then you were like, oh no, blah, 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 explain the situation. I was like, all right, okay, I was just checking it wasn't about me.
Yeah.
And you were like, oh God, no, not at all. I was like, okay, cool, love you, bye.
Yeah.
And like that's a conversation that needs to happen. Because when I ended the call, I thought, oh, that's just a question that I have. And because I do value the friendship and I care about you, I just wanted to check. Which is so funny, because obviously I know if you ever did have an issue, you would fucking say front and centre. But, you know.
I know, that's one good thing. Like,
you always know where you stand.
Everyone always laughs at this, because it's like, I said it on the pod, didn't I? It's like, if you piss me off, you're going to know about it. There's no ambiguity. There's no grey area whatsoever.
It's black and then
I'm
it's
not
white.
literally calling everything out, guys, by the way. Like, you looked at me weird, like, what the, you know, it's only when it's valid, and only because I really care about the friendship.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think there's a few little things to unpack there. But thank you so much for sending in that dilemma.
What a detailed dilemma. Thank you for that.
Honestly,
really good,
thank you. And it just like, we've been buzzing, haven't we?
We truly have.
We just want to build this community, and
it's building. It really is. It's so amazing.
So number 2, this is actually from a man, which I adore. And you were obviously really, I wanted to say gassed then, which is just not my terminology at all. You were gassed about
Imagine me being gassed.
Yeah, that's so weird. I don't know where I've picked that up from.
I think you kind of suit it, actually.
Oh, really? Thank you. Thank you. That's a compliment. Katie's gassed about the fact that it's a man that has sent this in. And we wanted to just reiterate this point. Like, we are not just for girls.
Yeah, because I think, just to explain that, is like, the reason we are gassed about that is because I think sometimes when you have a podcast and you're 2 females, people assume that it's only for females.
Yeah.
And that's not the case at all. Like, it's for everyone.
Yeah.
You're going to be fine. Applies to everyone.
Absolutely everyone.
So that's why we are buzzing about this.
So this dilemma, my wife is leaving me. We have a 2-year-old. If we separate, I won't be able to give him the quality of life he has now and will struggle. It's really affecting me and I'm worried.
Oh, do you know what though?
That makes me really sad.
Depends what you define as quality of life, because a child being in a loveless marriage is not a quality life.
No.
Like, I know people that have gone through divorces or going through divorces, and you always think, well, wouldn't you rather that your child see a loving relationship regardless of who that's with?
Yeah.
So if your parents are divorced but then they remarry and they're in love, that's a really important behaviour to model for later on in life.
And I also think, first and foremost, I just want to say, like, your feelings are valid. This is 100%. Real heartbreak.
Oh God,
and
big change.
Yeah, but I think maybe you can flip it around as well, in that, you know, kids don't remember like how big their bedroom was or like the things. They remember the quality time. Like, it's not about a quality of life, it's about quality time and quality memories. And also, you have the opportunity now to create that one-to-one relationship with your son that maybe you wouldn't have even been able to have if you were still, you know, together with your wife, because you're a 3, whereas now you can be a 2 and you can foster that quality and one-to-one time and memories. And, you know, co-parenting doesn't mean lesser parenting. There's loads of stuff that you can research, and I think the main thing is, if you and your partner, your ex-partner, can like go to therapy or like really do that for the child to make sure that the relationship is a healthy one for your child, I think that could be a real opportunity.
You know, I didn't even know this existed, but you can, like, you go to marriage counselling, you can go to divorce counselling.
Great.
Where they teach you how to separate amicably.
Wow.
Which is obviously amazing just in general, but also extra amazing for when you have children, because actually it is all about the children. And you know, when you're getting divorced or even just long-term relationship that's ending and you've got children, like, the main priority is making sure that that is as seamless as possible for the child, and not as turbulent as possible for the child. So yeah, I didn't know that was a thing, but it is. So maybe look into that and see if you can get some tools for how to get through it.
Feel the feelings for now, because it will be a bumpy ride. But I think even the fact that he's writing in to seek advice, it shows that you're a good person and that you care about your son and that you've got your heart's in the right place. And I think that counts for a lot. Obviously, neither of us is parents, so it's hard for us really in this specific dilemma. We can only imagine. But best of luck to you. I think obviously you seem like a person that will navigate this change well, and
will ask for help. Because if you're writing in with a listener's dilemma is asking for help, then I'm sure that you've got those other people around you as well that you can be speaking to, and just lean on your support system as well. Because I would imagine that when you're going through something like that, especially if your peer group aren't, or you know, for other people your age, it can feel like it's quite isolating. So make sure that you're speaking to your friends, maybe get a therapist, maybe look into the divorce counselling, stuff like that. Just as many tools as possible, because if you've never been through something like that before, you only know what you know. And so getting as much advice and tools and knowledge that you can to try and get you through it as much as possible will definitely help.
Yeah. Right. The last dilemma is, Hey guys, so I've been with my boyfriend for 3 years now. I really feel that he is my person in all the ways I've wished for from other partners. Here's the dilemma. We are so alike, but we differ with finances. I have saved enough over the years to have half of a house deposit. My boyfriend, on the other hand, is in debt. The question is, one thing is wrong in the relationship. Is it enough to give up everything else I've ever wanted to reach my goal of buying a house before I'm 30? Please help. Love, love, love the pod. Genuinely changed my life.
Oh.
Please keep going, and I'm living for Wednesdays. Love ya. Honestly.
Sorry, I've not got the bandwidth for that today.
I know.
Cry.
Seriously.
That is so cute.
I've read these dilemmas like 100 times. Yeah. I'm like pretending.
She didn't even look at the phone then. She didn't even read it. She knew that off memory.
I knew it off by heart because I'm just like, these just warming the cockles of my heart. I'm just such an old lady, aren't I? The cockles of my heart.
That makes me want to sing cockles and muscles. Do you know that song?
No. So now you just sound more sleep for you.
It's a seaside shanty song.
Is it? Well, that's why.
How do you know the word cockles if you don't know that song?
I feel like I've picked up that phrase from some like warm up the cockles of my heart. It's like an old person's phrase, isn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I don't know your song and you don't know my phrase.
I'm delirious, honestly.
So this is a really interesting one.
Yeah.
I would first like to know, because there's a bit of a nuance, I guess, to the situation. What is the debt? Is it student loans, for example, or is it like a gambling debt? Because I think there's like
context
to that. So we don't know that context. But the biggest point for me is like, is he open to conversations about finances, or has he got a bit of avoidance around the topic? Because I think it's a big thing if he's actively seeking to get himself out of debt and he's having these conversations with you, then obviously that's a positive. It's not a permanent situation. So I think
like anything in a relationship, there can't really be any category off topic. Like finance, and we've spoken about this on our episode we did about money. Like for some reason, money is a taboo subject, which is, well, I do understand it's not bizarre. I do understand why it's taboo, but I wish it wasn't, because it's very important that you're able to have these conversations and align on your goals, like what this listener is saying, in every aspect of your life, and money is obviously included in that. Like just echoing what you said, obviously the communication side and the alignment on the goals is really important. Just to answer the question on, is it enough to kind of end this relationship? Obviously there is so much wider context that we would need. But I feel like if you are, like, no one's perfect, are they? No relationship is perfect. Even if you look on social media and you think, oh wow, they're like the dream couple. Nobody is the dream couple. Everybody has shit that they need to work on. And what you need to do is pick a partner who you can live with their flaws. Yeah. So if a financial flaw or a lack of budgeting or whatever, it makes you feel like you can't live with that, then that's when you raise the question of, I can't deal with this. Some people are really, they value that financial security and knowing what's coming next and working towards financial goals. So it is important to them. Other people aren't so bothered. Like they kind of are a bit more, free in the wind sort of thing and don't really get stressed about finances. And so therefore that probably wouldn't be a problem for somebody like that. So it's not really a one size fits all is what I'm saying. It's more about reflection on what is important to you, and then working out if you can work towards that together. Because it might just be a bit of an education piece. Like they do say that men mature later than women. So he might just grow into the fact that, you need to like wise up here and actually like future plan for the future. Yeah. But can I just say as well, fucking well done for saving half deposit for a house. Yeah. That is such an achievement. And what a fantastic goal to want to do that. Like, proud of you. I love that. Amazing.
Very proud. I think as well, talking about, the education part of it, like we're not taught at schools. Like me and my mum were talking about this the other day. Why the fuck have they not changed the syllabus?
I know, yeah.
It's crazy. Like mortgages, VAT, like doing a tax return, license.
Even just like budgeting.
It is
everything.
Just completely redundant what they're teaching at the minute in like in life studies. It's like how to put a condom on a banana. Like we want to know that, but we also want to know how to save for a bloody house. Government, hello. So yeah. And anyway, like have you done that? in school.
Yes,
We all have. We all have.
I mean, that is part of life. I mean, it's probably quite useful to know how to put a condom on a banana.
It is, but I would always choose. Can we not do mortgages and banana condom series? Like amalgamate the two. I don't know. It's just like he probably just, you know. And maybe he's just like buried those feelings of not knowing and not knowing how to save. Whereas you might have been brought up in a family where you talk about saving and how you save and all of those things. But it's like you got to figure out what your non-negotiables are. I think like that's a really good thing to do before you get into a relationship or when you're in a relationship. Like, what are my non-negotiables that I'm not willing to compromise on? And if he's going to hinder your goal and you're going to be resentful about that, then think about that. Because if you're already feeling resentful, not really picking up on resentment yet. I think you're just like observing, but it will if you don't discuss it. But I think if he's ticking all the other boxes and this is just the one thing that, you know, he's maybe not aligned with you on, then have the conversation. And if he's open to, you know, maybe you have like a bit of a saving plan together and you make it fun. And it's like you have a joint part. Make it fun.
You know what? I know a lot of couples as well where the female in relationship has just taken over the partner's saving. So it literally, they just like set up a direct debit or of the amount that they want to save, and it goes straight to her account and she puts it in the savings because he is incapable of saving it himself.
See, I don't like that.
So what I'm saying is if I don't like that either, but what I mean is it's a way around it, isn't it? If somebody is so bad with money that they just, because sometimes people get to the end of the month and they're literally like, I don't even know how I've done that. Like it's not conscious, they're not like, woo, spend all the money, but they're just really bad at money management. So actually at the start of the month, boom, straight into the partner's account, and now you can do what you want because we've got our savings part. And
but I also think like that is obviously a good strategy for those extreme cases. But I think try and avoid that if you can, because otherwise you end up being their mum. Which we do not want to be their mums, guys. No. Like they have a mum. Like
they already have.
They already have a mom.
You're
like
mommy.
You're not mummy. So like let them. Like sometimes they've got to learn on their own as well. So yeah, I think that's a really interesting dilemma, really, because it's one that will be just so common as well.
Yeah, I was going to say,
so
and it's
common.
probably one that people don't talk about, again, because it's taboo. I don't think people talk about stuff like that as much as they should, about transparency around that.
Yeah, but she sounds like she feels very loved in all other areas. Yeah. So I think the communication is the missing piece
which
here.
Hopefully it means that you can work through it and come out the other end with a gorgeous house as well.
Amazing.
Win-win.
Yes. So if you've got a dilemma, guys, we're going to keep putting this anonymous link on our stories so that you can get more benefit and more free therapy. So yeah, we'll pop it on our stories over the next few weeks and days. So look out for that.
Sorry.
massive gasp. Sorry, because I kind of wrapped that up accidentally.
That's why I was thinking like, you were wrapping up and then I was just going to let you do it.
Yeah.
But, no,
and I was like,
and then you were like, I was like, oh, back to me. Sorry, I'd sort of switched off because I thought you were wrapping it up.
She was asleep. Bye. That's all it fucking needs.